Thanks, Lou. Before I get to my remarks, and I know you've been waiting a long time, so I'll keep it brief, I have a bit of housekeeping to do. I've had some hardware sitting in my office for quite some time, and it doesn't belong to me. It's actually Floyd's. So Floyd, if you would come up. I've been meaning to give this to you for, I don't know, about 6 months. It's the 2015 Sports Emmy for Outstanding Documentary Series for All Access Mayweather versus Badou. I believe this is 4 Emmys with us. I think you might have had 1 or 2 at another network, or the other network, but I think this is 4 with Showtime, so you'll have to make some room on the trophy case. I know it's pretty full as it is.
Take that to the club tonight.
As all of you know, Showtime is a premium TV network. Premium TV means our programming is special, it's unique, it's high quality. You don't just get it anywhere. And that's what this card is. It's unique, high quality, special. You don't see it every day. As an aside, these 4 fighters have made a combined 14 appearances on Showtime. That's from Showbox to Showtime Extreme to Championship Boxing to even pay-per-view. So these are 4 fighters that we feel very attached to and very proud of. But to create and deliver special events, it takes commitment. And when you're committed to something, whether it's a cause, an idea, a goal, special things happen. Almost 4 years ago, Floyd Mayweather and Mayweather Promotions and Leonard Ellerby made a commitment to Showtime. Together we did some very special things. We broke records. We broke the records that we set before. We made history. It's no exaggeration to say that we did things that no one thought would ever be done. And now Mayweather Promotions is bringing us this special event. Also, almost about 4 years ago, Brett Yormark and Barclays Center made a commitment to the sport of boxing. And in those 4 years, Barclays Center has become one of the busiest venues for boxing in the entire world, possibly the busiest. And Brett, I would categorize as probably the #1, well, I'll say #2 fan, and I'll explain that in a minute, the #2 most passionate advocate for boxing in New York City. And Brett, we thank you for that commitment, because that commitment to the sport of boxing has led us here today. Lou DeGale, that's the #1 most passionate advocate fan of boxing in New York City. So those of you who know him know that passionate is a word that it fits to a T. There's really, I think that's the word. And we have to acknowledge the critical role that Lou has played in bringing this event, and quite honestly, in elevating the sport of boxing in New York City for virtually his entire career. But most importantly, these boxers, the 4 young men on the stage today, these are some of the most talented and accomplished athletes in the sport. And they didn't get here without commitment. This is the best this sport has to offer. They're committed to excellence in their own careers. They're committed to taking on other accomplished athletes. We can't do special events without fighters who are willing to take on tough fights. And we have 4 of those fighters here on the televised portion, and a whole card full of those fighters on the night of the event. And we have to salute all of those fighters. No network is committed and as passionate as boxing as Showtime is. More fights, more platforms, more resources, more exposure to the sport than any other network. More importantly, the biggest and the best fights are on Showtime. It's not a question anymore. No other network is televising fights like these. Top 5 versus top 5, champion versus champion, week after week, month after month. There's no better way for us to kick off another year of Showtime boxing with this great card here at the Barclays Center. We'll see you on January 14th.